Yeah.
The sprawling city of Beijing, the capital of China, has a storied history, one that dates back 3 millennia. And right now, this city is also seeing history being made as it pays witness to one of the top table tennis events around the world, and that is the Wtt China Smash 2025. This is at the top of the WTT series, and here in the Infinity Arena, it is a sellout crowd to watch one of the biggest names in action in just a short while. She is wildly popular, and I'm of course referring to Sun Yingxia, the world #1 player. She takes on Chen Xingtong, but there's a very interesting story there in that semi-final match. Following that, another women's singles semi-final. Shin Yubin of Korea will play Wang Menyu, the world #2, also from China. And we'll end things with the men's doubles final, an all-Chinese affair between Zhou and Chen and Lin and Wang.
最后5秒，一起倒数。From China， 陈幸同。 China, Sun Yingxia.
She is a predator, she is a shark. Sun Yingxia will hunt you down. That is her way. She gives no quarter. But against Chen Xingtong here in the women's singles semi-finals of the China Smash 2025, it could be a different story. She is one of the few, the very, very few, who seems to know how to beat Sun Yingxia. It's best of 7, remember, now into the latter stages of this event. It was best of 5 earlier on. We are talking about the world #1 versus the world #3. And look at that head-to-head. In WTT, it is 3 matches apiece. In fact, the last time they met was the champions Yokohama, in which Chen Xingtong won 4-2. So she's got that one under her belt. Perhaps a psychological advantage. Tamara Parmentalat is our umpire.
Good match. So for the toss, you have the choice, is red or it's blue. Chen choose the red, so soon you have the blue. It's blue. You serve? Oh, soon on the left side. You want to serve or you want to serve? Chen
It's the end that Shasha seems to like, that she's chosen once again. Well, Adam Bobro here with me in commentary. Adam, if Sun Yingsha is the shark, then is Chen Xingtong the orca?
Well, according to their head-to-head, they are orcas, they are sharks, they are equal on the food chain, whatever they are. That's just WTT head-to-head. In the broader head-to-head, Chen Xingtong is actually 4-9. So one of the best records, if not the best, that comes to my mind in terms of the WTT arena here, inside the Infinity Arena. 5 titles to her name, although 17 on the other side is tough to compete with. Chen Xingtong is very smooth, and I feel like on any given day, it's interesting how different matchups favor players. Mariam Al-Hodabi putting up a fight, but Bagel, Shansha not taking the game. Liu Jun giving a really good fight, was tight in the 4th, but in the 5th, Chen Xingtong won, and Ju Yuling 4-2. That's an impressive victory that felt like it could have gone either way, that match.
So as the event has progressed, she started losing more games. So let's see how things will progress here. As we look at Shasha's record, 24 years of age, so world number 1. Of course, she's now had that for a long time, 168 consecutive weeks at world number 1. She did drop a game at the start against Miu Hirano, and then had it easy against Ju and Wang. But then Wang Yidi 4-3.
Wang Yidi's in incredible form, getting her first win over Honoka Hashimoto, and then really going up 3-2 against Shasha. That was quite a scare, but last time these two met, Singapore Smash, well, not the last, but the last Smash event.
Yeah.
As you can see on the screen.
She does enjoy a smash, Sun Yingsha, but it was Chen Xingtong who came out on top in that one.
Of course, the table tennis event, the top tier, one above champions.
Yeah,
reference there.
Going for a 5th WTT Grand Smash title overall, Sun Yingsha, and she gets 73% of the fan vote today, which is actually not
shockingly low.
Yeah, I was trying to find the right word to say that, but yes, it is for her.
That's why I jumped in there, because the wording sounds like an insult, but it's the opposite. It's a compliment, because it's just shocking. We hear the chants in the crowd.
First game, Chen to serve.
Well, the crowd, I think, is overwhelmingly, I would say more than 90% her in here, I would think. We might hear the old tong tong. We'll see.
No, I think you're right. Here we go, best of 7. Tong Tong to start it off with the serves.
First point on the board. That's greeted very positively by her fans. Sun Yingsha. Let's talk about some strengths and what to look out for with these players, and Adam.
I don't think we have time in the broadcast for strengths in terms of the complete list, but let's start with Chen Xingtong, because I mean, she's world number 3, hasn't spent over 3 years at world number 1. What it is about Chen Xingtong, I think there's chemistry between her and Shasha. I feel like the spin coming in, the way she handles it and feeds off of the spin, she's comfortable. And it comes back somewhat uncomfortably for Shasha. Tong Tong is very good at covering the middle, using the backhand, and generating a lot of spin on the opening forehand. Backhand as well, you can see that there's some calibration being worked out as Shasha tries to find just the right angle to drive forward. Also, Chen Xingtong is good at moving in and out a little bit, playing to different depths on the table to cause some confusion. Subtle reminder for the players to not delay. Flash.
What?
She wanted to stop. There was a flash.
There is?
One's a mosquito?
You touch. What's up? What's happened?
Fly?
The noise.
I think there's a lost in translation moment.
I thought I heard one's, which is mosquito. So this is...
Let's 2-0.
To be fair, Sun Yingsha was not disputing and saying, hey, we will replay that.
Ooh.
She looks a bit bemused, though, not Oh.
That's the most head shaking I've seen from her. I mean, it was left to right head shaking, which is not yes.
I'm not convinced.
Ooh. It's an unusual call.
I thought she backed her for a while. Okay,
Me
interesting.
too. Well, there is a team spirit here,
Yeah.
obviously.
Okay, maybe justice done. Actually, it was midpoint, to be fair. It wasn't like anything had happened. And the point that was a let, there wasn't a result out of that point.
Not only that, it didn't seem like there was any advantage. They were both pushing in that moment, so fairly tame.
3-all.
Can you imagine? I mean, if it were something more visible, let's say a bird flew through in the middle of the point, the umpire would call let, the players, everyone, but that's a question of who sees it. So
that's really subjective, though, isn't it?
Who sees it? That's a question. Interestingly enough, umpires have this too. It's called a matter of fact call. If they see something, they call it that's that. With TTR, it can be challenged, but without TTR, there are matter of fact calls.
Right.
Players, different situation.
5-3.
I do think it was well handed by our umpire, though.
She was a little confused at the beginning as to what was going on there.
And she did a good job of collecting data, because ultimately the umpire's job is to make sure that the players are playing in fair conditions. They're not there to interrupt. They're just there to make sure everything's fair. And she did.
6-3.
Well, Chen Dong is in front by 3.
You and I were just talking about Chinese culture and what constitutes good luck. Because I had an adventurous walk outside where dogs are.
3-7.
Oh, wow, this is not the best start for Sunning Xia.
I think she needs her own mosquito.
She needs a little distraction, maybe. I don't know, something's not quite going her way at the moment. She's trailing by 4 in this opening game. She was in total control that whole time, wasn't she, Sunning Xia?
I could never really tell. I mean, Chen Xingtong was on the chase, but she does a wonderful job. Yeah, it was a lot of reaction. The last 4 shots or so, it felt like she was just getting herself planted, covering.
A few restless audience members. That's better from Sasha.
7-5.
I just went back to the 2017 Japan Open where Xia beat Chun Meng in the final. No one knew who she was outside of a few individuals who watched Chinese Super League at the time. 16-year-old, played through the qualification round and would beat a eventual two-time Olympic champion in Chun Meng at her first event. And then she would come back to do it to everybody, including Liu Shiwen, except Ding Ning in the final the next week in China.
Talking of Ding Ning, we saw her yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, professor herself. She's been doing some teaching in Beijing. She's got some table tennis students. Heard she's climbing up in the government world. It's pretty nice.
Zhu Yuling, another academic as well. From under the table, off the side there.
6-8.
And Sunning Xia just clawing her way back into this.
It was a good eye from Tong Tong in the touch game. One more soft hands moment and says, this one's coming off, I can start, but not a lot of wiggle room there. Catches the edge.
So 4 of the last 5 I make it for Sunning Xia. Just a point behind Chen Xingtong now. This is very, very good from Sunning Xia.
Sunning Xia, the former coach in the crowd there, from her young childhood. Pretty cool to see here in the stands.
Trips the net there for Sun. Someone with a
Players are ready. Thank you.
over-exuberant shout. Nine all.
9-all.
Six of the last eight. Yeah, she has certainly
9-all.
roared back into this game. Sun Ying-sha. Lovely backhand from Sun Ying-sha to set up a game point.
We saw Felix's celebration about being cold in the comeback, keeping it cool. Sha from down 3-7 now has a game point to take the first in this best of 7.
All.
She saves that game point. This might just be an indication of what we could be in for today. Could be a long drawn-out affair here. Early days.
Play.
Cho Yi-ke, the more recent coach, the former one you saw on screen, Yang Guangdi. The fashionable person right behind him. Incredible colors. I'm sure you'll have a chance to see those people again later. Second game point here for Sha.
One of the long rallies we've had. Sun Ying-sha comes out on top, takes the first game. Battle back from 3-7 down to win it.
In every battle, this one included, feels like a fight for survival here, but as soon as Sha has a moment, she turns it up just a notch, gets that extra snap of the wrist, that forward motion, and puts the pressure on. So with no coaches on benches, the world #1, Her Royal Highness, Her Majesty, sits up 1-0 in this best of 7. Good start from Sha.
Remind you of what has been won by these players and others in 2025. You see Sun Ying-sha there with the Singapore Smash, the champions Chongqing, and then Chen Xingdong herself has also had some honors this year. As you look at some of the other names in that honor roll, there you go, Yokohama. She won, beating Sun Ying-sha there as well. She won the Europe Smash in Sweden, Sun Ying-sha. And Champions Macau, of course.
Second game. Soon to serve. Lovo.
Third. Looking for a third title of the season overall. Third Smash after Singapore and Europe. That would be something.
One love.
I know you said it could take a whole day or evening for Sun Ying-sha and her attributes. Adam, maybe you can sum it up between points for us.
Yeah, I'll do my best, starting with the next. I felt like her arm was an elephant trunk in that. I was watching, and every little joint that she could use to accelerate that ball, it was so casual, so fine, such a science to the way she guided that forward. She's got incredibly strong legs. She's got incredible mental focus. And the pressure to stay on top of the world. Again, When you're at the very top of the food chain, everybody else is trying to take your spot, so you can't simply maintain your level. You have to keep improving to keep your distance. You should have seen her in the practice hall. Drills for her eyes, her depth perception, her balance, her ankles, her foot muscles. It was crazy.
Wow.
Oh, love.
And she was focused the whole time. It was just like routine for her. Really.
I mean, we are in quite a privileged position to be able to get to see this behind the scenes, isn't it? And it's nice for you to sort of let people know just what she has to go through as preparation.
That preparation paid off with 13 of the last 16 points momentum for Xia.
4-1.
Missed opportunity there for Sun Yingxia, perhaps. Chen Xingtong with her first point on the board in this second game.
That was Ma Junfeng. He's been coaching quite a lot. You might have seen him on the bench. Some of your favorite players out here. Tong Tong. Back in action, ready.
1-5.
Getting into her rhythm. Sun Yingxia. Slightly slow start in that previous game. Maybe the fly gate that put her on.
So far, she seems to have locked Flygate.
Mm-hmm.
Mosquito Gate's got a ring to it as well.
Gate.
2-5.
Chen Xingtong on the forehand there. Right down the middle. Just change it up a little there. Chen Xingtong on the backhand.
Just thinking about the descriptions we hear of Xia. She's incredibly popular. I think it's more interesting to focus on the fact that so many people love her because of how admirable she is, that she seems to be afraid of nothing. She faces her fears and just comes back harder and better prepared to conquer them.
5-4.
This is a nice comeback from Chen Xingtong. He's got 4 of the last 5 points.
While she rarely shows any frustration, we can also see when the body temperature's changed a little bit, when an opponent is making her sweat. Chen Xingtong, more frequently than most, has been able to put Xia in that position.
5-4.
I'm not sure she thought she was going to get that back. Chen Xingtong.
You never know. This is the beauty of our sport. I mean, the ball's quite light. And with the right angle on the racket, the right placement on the table, sometimes the awkward ones cause a little trouble. Seen it all day with the best in the world on both sides.
5-4.
Service warning. I tried to look down at the assistant umpire.
Thought that was another fly.
I think she might have dipped below the table. Would have been funny if the assistant umpire did see a fly. Stopped.
Anyway.
Sorry. Could have been my imagination. See Chen Xingtong there, shadow practicing how to stay on top of that ball to the middle. It's quite a turn here. I feel like it was, what, 5-1?
It was 4-1.
4-1.
5 of the last 7 have gone Chen Xingtong's way. Sun Yingxia
7-5.
hitting back.
There's plenty to learn from your victories, but when you're super competitive and you lose, man, does that motivate you to get better.
7-5.
Both of these players have had that experience. One of them is going to have it here today. It's just a question of time to find out who.
Seven, 6.
Well, this has tightened up considerably, hasn't it?
Yeah.
To see. That's what you want to see in the semi-finals.
all.
There's the reaction from Sun Ying-sha.
She
That's
questioned,
changed.
yeah, questioned her decision as Chun Xing-tong has won 6 of the last 8 points. That tap to the temple, saying control center, can produce better decisions.
Look at the effort, you can hear the effort.
8-7.
Chun Xing-tong, but she goes in front.
I think she's going to need a visa for leaving her comfort zone in this point. I mean, she was out of it every point. You could hear her, feel her extending.
Please be ready to receive.
There's a rich tradition of taking time before points between the top Chinese women in the world.
What a battle this second game is, by the way. After a really good start from Sun Ying-sha, Chun Xing-tong's come back nicely.
I'm not distracted by the person video chatting in the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, man. This is an incredible production that the whole world is watching instead of looking through a cell phone.
Oh.
8-9.
Good English.
Apology immediately, and sorry, yeah. A couple times there, Chun Xing-tong now.
That is a fast, low push.
Please use the ball that we provide to you. 8-9.
But what if we don't like it? That is
As
typically...
opposed to what, though?
As opposed to throwing the ball over to a Balkan and being like, no, next. It's happened. You're not supposed to.
10-8.
Sun went for that one, and it's 2 game points. Chun Xing-tong.
It's a rare occasion to see this discomfort. Shallow spin, the ball's already on its way down. Xia has to try to lean forward on that. Play it from slightly off balance.
Two game points, Chun Xing-tong. You heard some effort there as well from Sun Ying-sha.
9.
This is how much is taking out of him. 1 game point for Chun Xing-tong.
It sounded like a vocal response to Xia, like a vocal battle. You're gonna grunt, oh yeah? Well, I'm not gonna stop grunting. And she kept it through the point, but Xia had the last grunt silently there on the scoreboard.
Timeout.
A timeout on
Wow.
Tong Tong's side.
She's taking this at an interesting juncture. Chun Xing-tong.
We have to remember, she was up 7-3 in game 1.
Yeah, yeah. good
She
point.
knows what Xia is capable of.
True.
So 1 game point left here.
No flash please.
And she's got the serve, Tong Tong.
Chun Xing-tong is still looking for a smash title to her name. She's reached 3 semi-finals. This particular event last year, the inaugural China Smash semi-finals, and the Singapore Smash last year and this year, got to the top 4.
In short,
Time.
the bus stops here. Semi-finals. There's only 1 more match at most for either of these women in this event.
One game point for Chun Xing-tong to make it 1-all. Sun Ying-sha,
10-9.
she can get to 2. That's going to make things very, very tricky for Chun Xing-tong. The gamble has paid off for Chun Xing-tong. Took the timeout and converts the game point to win another tight game here.
Shovel serve from the forehand side into the backhand exchange coverage and leans forward. That was right where the gold lines meet. What a gamble Not just in the timeout, but that finishing shot. That was a very narrow margin to escape through, but she does, and they're tied up at 21 points apiece after 2 games. It's 1-1 in this race to 4 games.
Ball placement from Chen Xingdong here. A lot of it down the middle, or half long.
Yeah, a lot of it to the backhand, a lot of it in the middle. The women's game tends to be more backhand dominant in terms of the fast pace of play, but that 6% on the wide forehand corner, a memorable square of the table for that finishing shot after her timeout. If you're newer to the game, each player gets 1 timeout per match, so the world #1 still has hers, should she need it.
10 to serve. Level.
The body language is not the usual body language.
Yeah, I was thinking something along those lines as well.
Love all.
Pursing her lips there, Sun Ying-sha.
Love 1.
Remember, the one who's had the better start in both games has been the one who's ended up losing that game.
I still see stress on Shasha right now. Like the breathing is different than usual.
One all.
Well, we do know that Chen Xingdong is one of the very few, Adam, who gets her out of that comfort zone, who challenges her on so many levels.
So I guess it's fair to say it's understandable. Baby Buddha trying to channel her inner calm.
Again, you're just hearing the effort ball from Sun Ying-sha.
So an edge here. In terms of body language, I didn't see. Normally, Shasha would raise her hand.
No, there wasn't one.
I didn't see it either. Again, out of the comfort zone.
You know, even that yell, those are the little telling signs, right? Interesting.
Yes, exactly. It's out of character.
Right.
It's a release of stress. It's somebody who knows that this is not going to be easy and that she's in trouble.
3-1, third game doing that. Yeah, you're right. Interesting.
2, 3.
Wow, this is a fight every single point.
Look, we have been at it now for a while. Well, just about under half an hour of action.
And we're only in game 3 and it's level.
Exactly. You know, just going back to an earlier point you made about Shasha not sort of acknowledging the fortune that went her way. I noticed yesterday as well when she played Wang Yidi, I think I even mentioned it to you guys being down to the ground, there was very little eye contact with Wang Yidi. In fact, there was no eye contact at the front when they shook hands. Exchanges during the match.
After the match?
No, at the start.
Oh,
nothing,
I see.
Nothing at all, even a shake of the hand, nothing. She threw everything into that, Sun Ying-sha.
5-2.
A very uncomfortable, awkward point. Good shot there. The chase, the footwork. It still feels very nervy. When you see players, felt like I saw this with Ugo as well versus Xiang Peng.
But what is it? What does Chen Xingdong do that's different from the others that makes it harder for Sun Ying-sha?
One, I think she changes the rhythm. 2, she gets a lot of balls back. 3, she recognizes an opportunity to spring, but doesn't allow Sha to sort of gain control as well early in the rally.
3, 6.
There's it's not quite a sweet spot, but say what you're comfortable handling. Sha has all sorts of quality on her shots that most players either crumble or say lose a bit of control of the point. She's very dialed in, Tong to these shots.
7, 3.
So we've been in these sort of positions before, haven't we? A 7-3 lead, Sun Ying-sha enjoys.
After Flygate, as you mentioned earlier.
After Flygate.
But that said, that was for Tong.
Yeah, that was the other way around.
Let. 7, 3.
Oh!
4.
And she did so well to even get there, Sun Ying-sha, on the shot, but Chen Qingdong was there and it grabs the net.
In a moment like this, Sha knows when she goes for it that she has to put on as much pressure as possible because she's leaving home with all the doors open.
Yeah, there's
And
no
even
coming back.
Yeah, and that one bumped the door frame on the way through, but still made it in.
5, 7.
The comeback could be on here for Chen Qingdong. She's not going to take a timeout, has she? A bit early in this game.
You never know. In theory, 7-6, should it come to that, might be an appropriate time for one. A coach might,
5,
especially
7.
considering their history. Would be fascinating to see the world #1 this early. Both of these players this early in the match have no timeouts left.
Right. Oh, reactions!
5, 8.
Sun Ying-sha gets it back. Wins
This
a point.
is crazy speed. Short stroke, the pull-up. This is where the muscles come in. Wow, calm and cool under pressure. That was a big point, not only to save a timeout, but to extend her lead back to 3.
From under the table, Chen Qingdong
9, 5.
right in the slot for Sun Ying-sha, the return. Breathing space again for the world #1.
Feel like she's coming back into her game a bit. You can see the confidence that she often walks around beaming with, shining.
9, 6.
Audible groan in the crowd.
Beautiful parallel on the move.
Please. Thank you.
Umpire very polite. Please and thank you. I like it. Smart.
9.
Chen Qingdong there, and that last shot goes deep to the backhand to change up the pattern. Before that, it almost felt like she was feeding Sha. And then she's like, I see that you're moving. I know where you're moving. And I'm going to give you something where you can't turn and play that forehand.
Three-game points for Sun Ying-sha. Adam, have you heard Sun Ying-sha exert? Has it been this audible for you? Not just the hers, but the effort during rallies as well.
In a singles match, I can't recall the last time.
Right. Oh, she got there, Chen Qingdong. Couldn't get the return though. Yeah, she knows it. It's the first time in this match where the one who led and had a decent lead has seen it through. No comeback for Chen Qingdong this time.
Little fortune for the second memorable time here for Sha. That said, feels relatively even between the two of them so far this match. Good coverage, full extension, fast feet. She hustles back in.
breathe. A lot going on at the moment, we can tell you. Sun Yingxia leads 2 games to 1, having won the 3rd game 11-7. Game 4 here, Sun Yingxia to serve.
Love 1.
Shake it ahead from Sun. Again, these are really interesting signs from her. Kind of having a go at herself and talking.
I like it. Something different.
Proves she is a human after all.
Don't get me wrong, it's not that I want one player to win or the other, simply that it's nice to get variety. It's nice to see a challenge. I think China often feels that way.
2-all.
Not to mention it's character building.
Of course.
If you're never challenged, how are you actually growing?
Yeah.
It's easy to fall asleep at the wheel or the #1 spot. In the interest of growing the team, everyone on it has to be moving upwards, continuing to improve.
Is this an exercise for other players to sort of take notes of how Chen Qingdong's approaching this with Sun Yingxia?
Yeah, if you look in the crowd, I'm sure you'll see a significant portion of the Chinese women's team watching live right now from the stadium.
Sun Yingxia dictating proceedings in that point.
A lot of stretching on Tong Tong's side. She managed to get a few back, but the final one just out of reach. The footwork to leap and get that. And then one more. Again, the unpredictability factor. Where is she going to go? Tong Tong was still coming back to center, so it was behind the weight. It's the advantage of being the first to move the opponent. Get them slightly behind, out of position.
Doesn't get the contact she wants on that one, Sun Yingxia. 1 point in this. And we're all square. If anything, it's Chen Qingdong not giving much away at the moment, body language-wise.
That was freedom in the forehand. This is the full stroke. The step around it ends points. This is the Thor snap. Full stroke. This is Xia Xia at her best. That shot right there is the highlights reel Xia Xia that's usually on display. Quite often anyway.
She was on top of that one, Sun Yingxia.
Just to applaud both of these players, let's not forget that there were 3 recovered nets in this fast rally, back and forth, 16 shots. And this last one comes down just shy of the top of the net there. All that on a parallel attempt that would have been quite a chase. Slow and spinny, a little more shallow in the middle of this fast rally. Her inner Hina Hayata came out in the middle of this point. Subtle, not easy to do, but she succeeds in breaking the rhythm. Chun Shing Tong. The contact is so fine that you have to close the racket and just brush the ball while it's moving as quickly as it is.
Slams that past her. Chun Shing Tong, and we are square here. 6-all.
As I was just describing the fine contact of the one before, there's a heavy spin opening, and then this one, yeah, there's topspin, plenty of it on it, but the sound was basically vibrations all the way through to the wood of the blade. A high-pitched smack sound. You could say it was a China Smash. Thank you, good night.
You're here all week.
Tip your waitress.
Ooh.
6-7.
Was she going for the corner there?
Have to imagine. Definitely wasn't going for the ground.
Thank you.
All right, don't forget, where are you from? Where are you guys from? What do you like about Beijing? Talk to me. Who's here from out of town?
Chun Shing Tong now in front for the first time in this game. Gets it onto that forehand, Sun Ying-sha. And a roar from her again.
The effort just transitioning into disappointment / pain in this stretch across the body from Tong Tong. Xia Xia fighting right now. This is a struggle.
Wow. Just don't see it that often. Oh! Chun Shing Tong! Yeah. Oh, she knows it.
They look easier than they are. It's incredibly awkward. It's incredibly spinny. I mean, yeah, it crosses the net really high. But you've got to let it bounce on the table, and then it kicks out. She's already 3 feet behind the table when that ball's below the Li Ning sign on her shirt.
This game comes to its conclusion, could end as a 3-1 or a 2-all. So much riding on this. Chun Shing Tong goes back in front. Almost as if she was catching her breath there.
Like Chun Shing Tong's able to position herself in a way that Xia Xia's not used to having other opponents recoil, get back into position. Changes her plans quite a lot.
Two game points, Chun Shing Tong.
This was outside of the box, this push. More of a flick, really. I mean, I use the word push because that felt like the action of what she did to it, but with 6 of the last 8 points, that last one was really taking a gamble, saying, I want to put some pressure on, not a lot of spin, quick deep to the middle, and it got her the point. 2 game points.
Took the edge. Chun Shing Tong
took the edge.
Has literally edged this game.
A little bit of balance here. I think they both had their edges and nets along the way. There was one earlier that we remember because we were looking for some sort of sign from Xia Xia.
Yeah.
I didn't see in this moment. Over the years, I've seen in some of the most tense matches, the best in the world
Still?
just either forget. Yeah, when you're under pressure, when you're nervous, sometimes everything just,
In the heat of the moment, right? You just forget.
yeah.
So, Adam, 2-all. I think it's fair to say that feels about right, what we've seen so far. They are really well balanced, aren't they, these two? It's been a great match so far.
10 to serve. Level.
Time check, by the way. I'm going to say approaching 50 minutes, and we're just entering game 5. Say upwards of 45 minutes already in this match. Ooh, another one.
Yeah.
Love.
DJ Khaled up in here. It's Tong Tong's new nickname, by the way. Not because of resemblance.
I'm glad you clarified.
No, I'm big on clarification. Smart combo here.
Oh,
Brings Tong Tong in over the table and then sends her right back to baseline. The positioning on that really had to be right into the elbow. She's like, eh.
Deep, right? Make it difficult.
There was a great couch potato look in that moment.
2-1.
Sunning Shah goes in front here. Remember the last time they met, it was a 4-2 to Chen Xingdong.
Net early in the rally from Tong Tong. Sha didn't seem to be bothered much, returned it, but of course the quality when you're recovering a net is always going to be that much less. Got an extra priority added to your list to adjust. Gets one back. There's the finger of apology there. The two that started this game, and Sha getting one of them back. I like Chen Xingtong's idea to push long to the backhand early on. It was quite surprising, as it should be. And again, the long push to the backhand, not backhand, but middle really. It's the baseline that she doesn't show she's going there. When you think about patterns, if you were to have data on this, and I'm sure there's plenty about what happens on third shots, how people open, when a long push comes out, Chen Xingtong has rushed it effectively. That long push has been a hero so far.
Let's 3-all.
Is that an edge? Yeah.
Well, definitely a net along the way.
Oh, okay.
If there was more than that, I was distracted by the net. Yeah,
It was a net, yeah. Acknowledgement from Chen Xingtong. Well, that's there to be put away. And Suning Shah obliges.
Clavicle check. Bit of spin comes in, and this one just climbs. Boom, slow-mo sternum check. Ayah. Sort of a cool move there. some of the graphics we saw during the entrances.
Next serve from Chen Xingtong.
I guess it was the light show right before the entrances.
Yeah, it was. That's right.
That Wang Liqin looking Bruce Lee-esque. If you haven't been watching the entire program, make sure you watch the whole thing. You'll get to see what we're referring to. Yeah.
Again, just does a little side shake overhead, Sun Yingxia.
His control, the feeling in the touch game. Chen Xingtong touches it intentionally, high enough to bait Xia to go for it and low enough to keep it uncomfortable, just leaving a little bit of question in the decision making.
That cheeky strawberry there, I saw.
6-5.
Sun Yingxia.
Your eyes might be better than mine. I thought I saw a push, but you never know. She's no stranger to side spin, Xia. At this level, the players can do anything. They just choose the highest percentage shots more often.
5-7.
So, a little bit of more daylight for Sun Yingxia.
Maybe even swing light. Second towel break, and a 2-point separation here. Nobody looks comfortable. Not fans, not commentators.
5-7.
And definitely not the players. Fault called?
5-8.
Oh, fault called.
Ah.
TTR. TTR.
Challenge?
Yes, good.
challenging it.
Challenge in English.
Challenge
Fly.
by
That's
Chen
the second time she was called.
below
Remember, that was
the
one
main
earlier
surface.
on Chen Xingtong, way back in this, maybe the second game.
That was a warning.
Yes, I know.
Oh,
So
okay.
That's what I mean. Sorry.
Okay, just to clarify, it's a
It
big
was a warning the
difference.
first time.
Yeah. This
Now-
will cost her a point if she's wrong. So if it was dipping the ball below the surface of the table, it's not the hand, the
Challenge
ball.
unsuccessful.
Oh,
What?
got any visuals?
Five, 8. One challenge remaining. Challenge unsuccessful. Below the blink surface.
Well, they've had an internal check, I'm sure.
Here we
There we
go.
go.
Nice.
5, 8.
Just in case you were
She's
curious.
just going to stop and have a look anyway.
Oh, but the toss. Yo, boy, not even close. Oh, there it is. Okay. Any part of the ball dips below that line across the screen. That's the plane of the
One
playing
remaining
surface.
Challenge.
I think it's good for her as well to see it, so it's not maybe in
Yes,
back of her head.
all of us.
Chen Xingtong- Oh, well, all of us, yeah.
Well, if we hadn't seen that, it would have been like, wait, what? We're gonna take your word for it? What is this? Good calibration against the high
5-5.
topspin this time around. Uses the backhand, not easy to do.
This is about as big a lead as Sun Yingxia's had at the latter end of any game so far. Let's see if she can hold on to it.
Nine, 6.
I think the ball dipping below the table is something that a lot of players are unaware that they are guilty of. It's more common than you might realize, but it's got to be fairly blatant,
As
I
is
guess,
the
to
30
catch the...
degrees thing, though, right?
Say it again?
As is the 30 degrees.
Right, similar idea.
7, 9.
Oh, well. 2 quick points, Chen Xingtong. She only trails by 2. Getting a bit hairy again.
Yep, full stroke forehand from Xia and Tong Tong. Again, the facial expression, the body language of Xia. Just needs a little bit of bravery right now.
8, 9.
Confidence, maybe. Bravery is her thing. I think that's what she's best known for. And confidence, too, but compliments to Chen Xingtong.
Absolutely. I was about to say 3
Timeout.
points in a row. That's a timeout here for Sun Yingxia. She's finally taken it in this 5th game. Very ponderous. That look. Biting her lower lip. We should get a body language expert in on all of this.
Yeah. I feel like we have a sense. We've become somewhat informed on body language. That's what I look at, and I think that's what the players look for. You can feel it. It was Chen Junsong who said when he was down 5-9, which is the score line we just saw, when he was back at 7-9 against Tomokazu, he said, at 7-9, I could see that I was in his head, that I had broken his confidence, that I had the advantage. He was down by 2, still.
And he could see that already in the opponent's eyes. Yeah.
So this is so important. Little reminder of the steel trap that is Sun Ying-sha, the form she's been in. Champion, what's this? Okay, at Macau, the Champions Macau, Europe Smash, and then before that, a Champions event was a finalist.
And she lost in the final too. Her opponent now, Chen Xingtong.
Chen Xingtong, let the rhythm take you over.
8, 9.
That's what she does. She takes over your rhythm. That said, she's taken over 3 points in a row, and she's still trailing by 1 out of Shasha's timeout.
Massive for Sun Ying-sha. That's exactly what she would have wanted off her timeout, and it sets up 2 game points.
There's so much to talk about there. We'll wait until after this game finishes. Fly? Just kidding. Flash, probably.
There is a light.
What if it is a fly in the distance?
Maybe it is a fly.
No flash, please.
Maybe it's a fly with a flash. Maybe it's a firefly.
2 problems in 1.
10, 8.
Unless you're into that sort of thing, but Infinity Arena is pretty dark around the outside parts.
Oh, placement
10,
there.
9.
Brilliant from Chen Xingtong. Just guides it.
This is a bold choice to go for that spin to the short side of the table. Not just heavy spin, but the placement, the combination saves a game point.
So Sun Ying-sha gets the all-important lead here. 3-2 in another tight game.
At the start of that point, you would have thought these two were playing alone in a private room. It was so
it was
silent.
Pin drop, wasn't it? I was thinking
Absolutely,
the same thing.
a recording studio to thousands of screaming fans who were holding their breath throughout. To that timeout, I was just thinking, as Shasha gets one more game, goes up 3-2, how many different ways there are to win a point in table tennis.
Well, the next match, they're going to have to wait a little while longer. Wang Wanyu. Will she stretch Xin Yubin? Xin Yubin might be hoping the same thing, really. She's all smiles, very relaxed. The youngster from Korea has a job to do tonight.
Yeah, she's having a wonderful event right now. Big takedown in the last round. What, Kwaimon? That's big.
10, time.
No, she beat Kwaimon, excuse me.
If so, we better tell them quickly, right? Sorry, this news just in. You actually lost. Crazier things have happened, racket tests and whatnot.
So equation here. Sun Ying-sha wins the game. She is through
6 game.
to the final.
Turn to serve.
Chen
Level.
has to win to make it 3-all and force a 7th game.
No flashlight, please.
She was pointing almost exactly where Chen Xingtong was last game.
So it's the same culprit, maybe.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Nice backhand point to get things underway in this 6th game.
That would be clever. Now that you don't have a timeout, if you really need one, just to call TTR on something.
Just to break the rhythm.
To get a minute. To get 1 minute.
It's well within the rules, right? Gamesmanship.
To my knowledge.
Yeah.
Might look weird. But hey.
Doesn't matter.
It's never stopped me.
You said it.
Yep. Good start here for Xia. Some momentum after the end of last game and the start here. Now on receive after converting both serves.
1, 2.
She might almost be relieved to be playing perhaps a Wang Manyu in the final. Sun Ying-sha, if she can get through this. Huge test for her.
2-0.
Almost an air of inevitability as that shot was taken.
I'm just curious, did you mean it would be a relief for her if she faced Wang Manyu instead of Shin Yubin?
No, I mean almost a relief. Get through this. It's almost like the hardest hurdle for her.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Sun Ying-sha.
I asked because I only heard Wang Manyu's name mentioned.
Yeah, I meant as if she can beat Chen Qingtong, who seems to have an edge over her in proceedings recently, that might be a harder task to overcome than perhaps Wang Manyu in a final.
If she can get through Shin Yubin. Got it.
Yeah, assuming, yeah, she does.
Okay.
This time she makes it. Chen Qingtong gets the point. Yeah, similar situation earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, this one felt like it sat up a little bit higher. She was right at the baseline, maybe even inside it when she captures this one. Yeah, that ball doesn't jump out quite as much. That a few high balls. I think that's her third time. This time she could confidently power through. Didn't twiddle the racket. We often see players do that to put their springy backhand on the forehand side when the ball's a little higher for speed instead of spin.
Again, that effort is just rising, isn't it, as we come towards the end of this match.
It feels like an unwritten contract that they enter into, like Korean barbecues on the same street that are all you can eat. You just lock in the price. What if someone stopped grunting or threw in an extra loud grunt every once in a while?
Well, that was all Chen Qingtong grunting away. Sun Ying-sha with a 2-point cushion.
Perfect placement into the elbow, Xia, creating an uncomfortable backhand there for Tong Tong.
That was a deep shot from Chen Qingtong. Piss off midway through that round of Chen Qingtong.
I'm still thinking about the rhythm break and the grunting. Timing. It's so interesting. It would be very difficult to do, but it would be incredibly effective. I feel like in that last rally, the timing was the main question there, and that's why Xia, she was on full speed, and Tong Tong slowed it down just a little bit.
Well, this time for Chen Qingtong. Maybe just betraying a little frustration now, Chen Qingtong.
It's still a ways to go, but considering their WTT head-to-head, if Chen Qingtong were to come back and win this, I can't think of anyone else with a winning record
very good point.
against Xia.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Even if it is just in WTT, which are the key events of the year.
Correct. Oh, it's getting all tense again, 6-all.
I like talking about personalities of players because if this is a game of poker or rock, paper, scissors and you're trying to read body language to know what's to come, knowing the personality of your opponent helps you predict what the body language means in terms of what's coming next. And I think Chun Shing Tong and that dry wit works really well out here.
7-6.
Do you think that works in her favor?
Yes, I think it protects her. There's a chill vibe that in times of stress, she can just sort of bite her tongue, roll her eyes,
Right.
throw her head back. Not in any sarcastic way, but just sort of let it roll off the shoulders, you know?
Water off a duck's back, as they say.
2 touch shots there. And in Beijing, where the Kaoyaro, the ducks themselves, aren't any better.
Oh, I had a good one at lunch. Sun Ying-sha just a little closer to that magical 11. Shake of the head. Just seeing a little bit more, as we said, this game from Chun Shing Tong.
7-8.
Similar kind of points at the moment.
I think Shasha's serve drifted a little longer than she wanted.
Oh.
I felt like she did well to hang in the point for a bit, but Sun Ying-sha quickly took advantage with that receive. Fight's not over yet. I'll be very curious to see the handshake when the time comes, though.
Well, took the net along the way. And now 3 match points for Sun Ying-sha.
She peeked over, just gave a glance to see what the body language was. Still in it.
Did that take
Yes, it did.
It did.
She saved the match, but the crowd will get the email tomorrow. Not the first time.
Oh, she knows it. Oh.
Calderano Shangpeng, the shirt shot.
Yeah.
Because you can't, you won't, and you don't stop. Shirt shot.
Yeah, she knew that, didn't she, Chun Shing Tong? Her reaction to it.
Seriously, just send the link to the
8-10.
broadcast.
Please,
Unbelievable.
thank you.
Skype.
No flashlight, please.
Just add to everything else that's going on.
Just somebody video chatting with someone in a white room.
And the final point of this amazing match.
Oh, again, 2 for 2. She saved another. Look at this face. Oh, my goodness.
I can't believe we've had 2 in a row.
This is the humor I was talking
Yeah.
about. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, but she's going to have to put it behind her. As charming as that is, if she starts the next point with this feeling, she's going to be distracted.
9-10.
So sorry. Oh, my goodness.
Well, this
she's
is-
laughing.
I mean, 1 is already tough, but 2 in a row?
Players are ready. Thank
Ding, ding,
you.
Liu Shiwood.
There's even a little bemused look on Sun Ying-sha's face.
Wow.
1 match point left.
Sometimes you just have to laugh.
This time, there isn't that little bit of luck that Chun Shing Tong was needed, and they both enjoyed that moment, as has the umpire. And Sun Ying-sha has avenged her defeat at the WTT Champions Yokohama final by beating her opponent with the same scoreline from back then.
Can you imagine that net ball from a different camera angle might have been super close to that edge if she had come back to win it. Again, I mentioned Ding Ning and Liu Shiwen. If you know, you know, but 1 in a billion. And Xia gets the last lap, 4-2. She has a winning record overall by quite a bit, and in WTT against Chen Xingtong, 4-3. She gets her spot in the final. Wow, this is crazy big. What'd you say, 168 weeks?
Yes,
at world number one,
right.
She's way out in front of the rest of the world. And with their greatest challenger standing alongside her, something to laugh about.
That's the most I've seen her smile all week.
Understandable. Oh, it's so true. Just imagine them as grandmas when the young generation, the next whoever they are, saying, you remember that time when you had 2 match points against me and I caught the faintest edge? Oh, good times.
Well, Sun Ying-Xia is into her 5th WTT Grand Smash final after defeating Chen Xingtong 4-2, 12-10, 9-11, 11-7, 8-11, 11-9, 11-9. Here is our winner. It's Sun Ying-Xia.
Congratulations. Congratulations to 孙颖莎，恭喜孙颖莎获得本场比赛的胜利。Congratulations on the win, Xia. Facing Xingtong again after the WTT champions Yokohama 2025. What aspects did you handle well today that secured the victory? 恭喜莎莎赢得这场比赛。今年横滨冠军赛之后，再度与陈幸同交手。这一次，觉得今天在哪些环节处理得比较好，最终取得胜利的呢？
其实我觉得今天这场比赛，我觉得彤彤的发挥其实也是非常不错吧。其实她在比赛中也每一分都在拼尽全力的这种去咬，但当然，确实我感觉整体来说，其实本来我们之间就很熟悉，而且水平其实就在伯仲之间，可能稍微在这种关键分的处理上做得更好，或者更耐心一点吧。然后所以说到最后后2局整个来说，在心态方面还是比较平稳。
Well, I think for today's match, Chen Xingtong played very well and she fought for every point she could. Overall, I think we are very familiar with each other and the level of our play are very close. And for the clutch points, I think I stayed more patient. And in the latter 2 games, I think my mentality remains very stable.
All right, how would you adjust your state to cope with the competition when entering the final? 进入决赛，你自己会如何调整自身状态来应对这场比赛呢？
当然，其实还是希望能够跟曼玉能够会师决赛吧。然后，当然，其实我觉得还是回去好好休息，包括把今天的比赛再去总结一遍，然后希望明天最后一场决赛能够发挥出自己最好的水平。我觉得不论输赢，还是希望能够在比赛场上给大家展示出这种最好的表现吧。
I hope I will be able to meet with Wang Manyu in tomorrow's final. So when I go back, I will have a good rest and reflect upon my performance today. And for tomorrow's final, I will just give it my best. Win or lose, I will just showcase my best performance.
好的，谢谢，再次恭喜，让我们把掌声送给孙颖莎。
Wow, she's already saying Sun Ying-Xia she hopes she meets Wang Manyu, who hasn't played Xin Yubin yet. I mean, that one is coming up, but I guess she wants an all-Chinese final. But what a match we had here. Sun Ying-Xia, what a dramatic ending as well. But it is Sun Ying-Xia into a 5th Grand Smash final at the China Smash. So up next is the other women's singles semi-final, Korea versus China. Xin Yubin, the youngster, has got the ability, will play the world number 2. It's Wang Manyu. That's up next year, China Smash 2025.
Out in the unknown, story took its toll. track to become a better man, sinking in the sand. Oh. We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done? What do we do to love?
Welcome back to the Infinity Arena, where the first of our